Educators, do you ever find yourself in the classroom feeling frustrated, maybe at a situation or a particular student? Or do you ever find yourself feeling anxious or having ruminative thoughts about something that is happening either at work or in life outside of work? I'm Caroline Poland from Poland and Associates Consulting, and today I'm going to talk about some strategies that you can use to regulate yourself as an educator and to help to widen that window of tolerance. And the reason that this is important is because it protects you against compassion fatigue and burnout and secondary traumatic stress, so it keeps you healthier, but it also allows you to be in the healthiest place to give safety and connection and emotional regulation, which are all important pillars of a trauma-informed classroom. Another strategy that you could use is this idea of securely rooting yourself on the ground. So with that, I've mentioned this a little bit with other strategies. You want to notice your feet on the ground. See if you can notice gravity kind of holding you tight and secure. And that's helpful because with anxiety, sometimes we feel like we're losing our grasp on things and it feels like it topples us and makes us unsteady. And so that will ground us and root us securely in the present moment. But something else you could do to kind of add another layer to that is imagine roots growing out the bottom of your feet and really making you steady and secure. Roots for a tree not only keep it steady and safe, but it also absorbs the nutrients and the things that that tree needs. If you are really creative, you could imagine what is it that you want more of in your body? What do you want to pull in? Is it safety, security, calm, peace, whatever that is, joy? You're going to imagine pulling that up through the roots into your body, and if you're really creative, assign a color to it. Sometimes that visualization, as silly as it seems, is really helpful in helping our brain not only to stop what we're thinking about and spinning on, but allow you to get really grounded in the present moment and calm your body, widen that window of tolerance, kick back from your amygdala into your prefrontal cortex, which not only protects you and your mental health, but again allows you to be that healthy co-regulator for your students. Another thing that I want to mention in general is counseling. I think that anytime we're in a people helping profession, we need to be constantly working on ourselves, and counseling is a really great place to do that. And it allows you to process some of those things that you're seeing and experiencing in the classroom and in the school system that you're working in. And it just allows you to continue to work on widening that window of tolerance, maintaining that healthy balance between our amygdala and our prefrontal cortex so that you can protect yourselves against compassion fatigue and burnout and secondary traumatic stress, and be that healthy place for your students. Now, the things that we've talked about today are small little things that you can do in the middle of teaching a lesson or when students are working on seat work or giving a presentation themselves that will just bring you back to the present moment. But in another video, I'm going to talk about mindful moments and those things that you can do with your class, with your students, to not only help them to widen their window of tolerance, but you can also use that to regulate yourselves in hard moments too. Another strategy that you can use is simply just deep breathing, that slow, deep inhale. But if you're someone that feels like you get triggered a little bit by deep breathing or that doesn't work as well, then instead of focusing on that deep inhale, focus on that hard exhale. Then your body's going to have to naturally breathe in and focus on that exhale. And that will serve as a regulating force as well. Now, there are moments in the day where you will be walking down the hall, maybe with your students or by yourself, to the next place that they need to be, or in passing periods or prep periods, or that small bit of time that you might get lunch. And I know that's not a lot of time, but if you can utilize that time while you're making copies for the next day or prepping something for the next period or wiping down desks or things like that, to focus on putting a small regulation activity into those moments too, I think is really helpful. If you struggle with remembering that on your own, set an alarm on your phone to go off. Just put it into Google Calendar during that passing period, or when you know you have a prep period, that will remind you to just do a quick activity. That way, even if you're not stressed, you'll do a regulation activity and drop the levels of stress hormones that you do have in your body and regulate your nervous system. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Poland & Associates, and my website polandassociates.com, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on future videos.